10 filthy ways women manipulate and control men. In the shadowed corners of human interaction, where the light of understanding seldom reaches, why do some seek to control others? Imagine walking through a dense forest. The path is not clear, and every step could lead to either discovery or a fall. This is the journey we embark upon in relationships, where the quest for harmony often meets the specter of manipulation. 1. Playing the victim. Within the grand theater of life, some may choose to adopt the role of the victim, casting themselves in a perpetual saga of misfortune to gain attention or sympathy. The Stoic, guided by the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, perceives such acts with clarity and compassion, understanding them as cries for help rather than genuine afflictions. Be like the promontory against which the waves continually break, but it stands firm and tames the fury of the water around it, Aurelius teaches. This metaphor encourages us to remain steadfast and unaffected by the emotional tempests others may unleash, recognizing our inner resilience. Instead of being swayed by the performance, we respond with equanimity, offering support where it is truly needed while maintaining our emotional independence and strength, thus fostering an environment of genuine understanding and assistance. 2. Gaslighting. Epictetus, a sage of Stoicism, eloquently stated, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Gaslighting challenges this principle at its core, attempting to erode trust in one's own perceptions and memories. The Stoic combats this manipulation with the armor of self-assurance and rational thought, trusting in their own experiences as the ultimate truth. In the face of attempts to twist reality, the Stoic remains anchored, not swayed by external doubts. This steadfastness is not a wall, but a bridge to inner clarity and peace, guiding us to question not ourselves, but the motives behind the manipulation. By fostering an unshakable belief in our own senses and judgments, we shield our inner citadel from the siege of gaslighting, thus preserving our autonomy and integrity in the face of adversity. 3. Withholding affection. Stoicism teaches that our happiness should not depend on external factors, including others' affection. Seneca suggests, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." When affection is withheld as a form of manipulation, it's a test of our internal fortitude. Instead of succumbing to the feeling of lack, the Stoic philosophy encourages us to look inward, finding contentment and love within ourselves. This self-reliance empowers us to be independent of others' actions and affections. The Stoic practice of focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, feelings, and reactions, helps us maintain our equilibrium, regardless of external emotional dynamics. By valuing ourselves and cultivating self-love, we become immune to the manipulative tactic of affection withholding, reinforcing our emotional independence and resilience. 4. Guilt tripping. Stoicism invites us to view guilt not as an external force used to manipulate us, but as an internal signal guiding our actions towards virtue. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." When faced with guilt tripping, the Stoic endeavors to respond not with resentment or submission, but with introspection and improvement. This perspective shifts the focus from the manipulator's intentions to our own growth, turning a potentially controlling situation into an opportunity for self-reflection and ethical development. By examining the cause of the guilt, whether it's a reflection of our behavior, misaligned with our values, or merely an attempt by another to control us, we can respond in a way that upholds our integrity and fosters personal growth, embodying the Stoic ideal of using every experience as a means to better ourselves. 5. Passive-aggressive behavior. Encountering passive-aggressive behavior is akin to navigating a foggy path where intentions are obscured and communication indirect. The Stoic, guided by the wisdom of Epictetus, remains unperturbed, understanding that we are not disturbed by what happens to us, but by our thoughts about what happens to us. In facing passive aggression, the Stoic strategy involves maintaining equanimity and seeking clarity through direct, compassionate communication. This approach disarms confusion, encouraging an open exchange of thoughts and feelings. It embodies the Stoic ideal of controlling one's reaction to external events, fostering an environment where honesty prevails over subtext. By responding with patience and understanding, we uphold our tranquility, steering our interactions towards mutual respect and genuine dialogue. 6. The silent treatment. The silence can be as sharp as a sword, cutting through the comfort of connection, leaving a void filled with uncertainty. Yet for the Stoic, this silence becomes an opportunity for introspection and growth. As Marcus Aurelius reflected, "Look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will ever bubble up if thou wilt ever dig." The Stoic response to the silent treatment is not one of distress, but an embrace of solitude as a chance to delve deeper into the self. This period of imposed quietude is transformed into a reflective retreat, where silence is no longer a weapon wielded by another, but a gift that encourages personal development. By finding contentment in our own company, we transcend the need for external validation, ensuring that our peace is unshakable by others' actions or inactions. 7. Triangulation. The introduction of a third party into the dynamics of a relationship, a tactic known as triangulation, can lead to feelings of insecurity and competition. However, the Stoic perceives this not as a threat, but as a test of their character. Echoing the words of Epictetus, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them." The Stoic chooses to view triangulation with indifference. This Stoic indifference is not born of apathy, but of a profound understanding that the only domain we truly control is our own thoughts and actions. By refusing to participate in the emotional turmoil triangulation aims to incite, we maintain our equilibrium and self-respect. This detachment allows us to focus on what truly matters: our personal growth, integrity, and the genuine connections that enrich our lives. 8. Overwhelming with choices. In a world where we are often bombarded with choices, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. This tactic, overwhelming with choices, can lead to paralysis and dependency. However, through the lens of Stoicism, this abundance becomes an opportunity to practice discernment and simplicity. Seneca's wisdom illuminates this path. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor. By applying this Stoic principle, we learn to filter through the noise, identifying what aligns with our values and what serves our purpose. This practice of Stoic discernment teaches us to embrace the freedom that comes with making choices not out of fear or manipulation, but from a place of clarity and strength. In doing so, we cultivate a life of simplicity and contentment, rooted in the things that truly matter. 9. Constant criticism. Stoicism teaches us to see criticism as a mirror, reflecting not just on the critic but also on ourselves. Seneca posited, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality." Constant criticism, then, becomes less a barrage to weather and more an opportunity to reflect and grow. The Stoic sifts through criticism with a discerning eye, seeking constructive insights while remaining untroubled by malintent. This practice of reflection and discernment builds resilience, allowing us to maintain our composure and self-esteem in the face of continuous critique. By embracing criticism as a tool for self-improvement, we fortify our inner fortress, ensuring that our sense of self-worth is grounded in our own assessments and the virtues we strive to embody, not in the fluctuating opinions of others. 10. Emotional blackmail. Confronting emotional blackmail challenges us to stand firm in the face of attempts to control our actions through guilt, fear, or obligation. Stoicism, through the teachings of Epictetus, reminds us, no person has the power to have everything they want, but it is in their power not to want what they don't have, and to cheerfully put to good use what they do have. When subjected to emotional blackmail, the Stoic response is to recognize our desires and fears, but not be governed by them. By focusing on our inner strength and the power of our choices, we assert our independence and protect our well-being. This Stoic resolve allows us to respond to attempts at manipulation with clarity and firmness, ensuring our actions align with our values and integrity, rather than being swayed by external pressures. As we journey through the forest of relationships, let us carry the torch of Stoicism, illuminating the path to self-mastery, fortitude, and true freedom. For in understanding these manipulative mists, we find not just the way out, but the way within, to a place of peace, strength, and unassailable dignity. Together, let us walk this path, not in darkness, but in the light of wisdom, courage, and compassion.